Today's story is about a 9-year-old girl named Lily. After school, she smiled and waved goodbye to her classmates. "Bye, see you tomorrow," she said. Then she walked home. But here's the thing. Her home wasn't in town like the other kids' houses. Lily lived in the woods with her father. The neighbors said her dad was a strange man, someone people didn't really like. But that wasn't true at all. He used to be warm and cheerful back when Lily's mother was alive. After her mom died, everything changed. Even so, he never stopped loving Lily. He helped her with homework and made sure she had everything she needed. Once in a while, they'd visit the city, but never the one they used to live in. A year ago, her father came home one evening looking serious. He sat little Lily down in front of him and said, "Lily, I need to talk to you like a grown-up. Life has been hard since your mom passed. I thought time would help, but it hasn't. Everything here, our house, the flowers in the garden, the streets, reminds me of her." Lily listened quietly. Her father went on, "I found a beautiful place in a small town. It's calm, peaceful. The house is a little far from people, but the schools are close, and there are kids living nearby too." Lily's eyes widened. "Dad, are we moving?" Her father nodded. "Yes, we're not just moving houses. We're starting a new life in that small town." Lily thought for a moment. "But Dad, I read that small towns don't have hot water, and the bathroom is outside." Her father laughed softly. "That's true for people who don't work to make things better. We're not like that. We'll sell everything we have and build a better house there." Lily went quiet. She'd miss her school, but truthfully, she didn't have any close friends there anyway. It was a school full of rich kids who acted like they were better than everyone else. Lily was very smart and always got straight A's, and the other kids didn't like that one bit. She thought maybe in this new place, she could finally find real friends. Lily looked up and asked something simple. "Dad, if we move, can we get a cat or a dog?" Her father smiled and pulled her into a hug. "We'll have both, a cat and a dog. You have no idea how beautiful the new place is. There's a river for fishing, trees to climb, and snow in winter for skiing. We'll decorate a real tree in our yard for Christmas. The birds sing there all day long." Lily's eyes lit up. It sounded like a dream. "Let's go," she said. "When?" Her father answered, "Once you finish school this month, we'll move." The move happened a little later than planned, and now a full year had passed since they'd started living in the woods. Even though the forest was only a few trees away from the small town, their house was hidden so well behind the trees that it felt like its own secret world. The townspeople couldn't see it, and that's exactly how her father liked it. Over the year, the house had changed a lot. It grew bigger, gained a second floor, and had a pretty red roof. They now had an indoor bathroom, a working bathtub, and even fast internet. Her father had worked hard to make everything perfect. He'd also built a fence around the yard, tall enough that no one could see inside. A few months ago, he'd gotten a job offer to become a forest ranger. When he told Lily, she jumped up and clapped with joy. "That's the best job in the world, Dad. Way better than being a businessman." Her father laughed, slowly. The sadness in his heart began to heal. He started smiling again, talking more, even whistling while he worked. One afternoon, as Lily walked home from school, an elderly woman named Grandma Rose called out to her. She lived on the other side of the small town and was a little out of breath. She handed Lily a large, heavy package. "Give this to your dad and thank him for me, please. It's wild boar meat. Grandpa Walter hunted it, but your dad helped bring it in." Lily smiled kindly, and Grandma Rose wiped away a tear. "We don't need anything in return. This meat isn't from a store. It's special." Grandpa Walter and Grandma Rose were beloved by every child in the small town. They always gave out fruit and berries to the kids. A month earlier, Grandpa Walter had suffered a heart attack, and there was no doctor in town. Everyone thought he'd die, but Daniel, Lily's father, had rushed him into his car and driven fast to the city. The doctor said, if you'd arrived even an hour later, he wouldn't have survived. Because of that, Grandpa Walter quit smoking and started taking care of his health. Now Lily had her backpack and a heavy package to carry. She sighed, but home wasn't far. Then something caught her eye. She spotted something strange near the trees. She dropped her backpack and the package. She screamed, "Dad, wait!" and ran. Her father was just stepping outside. He called the dog, Rex, and pointed toward Lily. "Protect her!" The big dog sprinted and caught up to her. She petted him and kept walking. Daniel knew his daughter well. When something caught her attention, she forgot everything else. But then he heard Lily scream, a loud, terrified scream. Rex barked wildly. Daniel dropped everything, grabbed his rifle, and ran. He followed her voice and found her standing near a tree. Her jacket was bright and easy to spot. He ran to her. "What's wrong?" Lily pointed at the tree. "She's dead." A woman was tightly bound to the tree. Her head hung low, her eyes closed. Daniel checked her pulse. She was alive. He cut the ropes, caught her gently as she fell, and laid her on the ground. "Lily, quick, get water." She ran fast, the dog running beside her. When she came back, Daniel splashed water on the woman's face. She woke up, drank a little, and whispered, "Hide me, please. He'll come back to check if I'm dead." Then she passed out again. Daniel carried her inside the house. He laid her on the couch and carefully removed her jacket. Her arms were badly bruised, but her clothes and jewelry were expensive. This wasn't a robbery. It was personal. Maybe her own husband. Daniel cleaned her wounds, bandaged her, and waited. She was safe for now. He wouldn't call the town nurse, not yet. The woman had begged to be hidden, so he waited. That night, after Lily fell asleep, the woman opened her eyes. "Where am I?" she asked. Daniel sat beside her. "You're safe. I'm the ranger. No one knows you're here." The woman began to cry. "It was my husband. He wanted me to sign everything over. I found out he was cheating. I asked for a divorce. Then this happened." Daniel was stunned. He couldn't believe a husband could be so cruel. The next morning, the woman, whose name was Claire, could sit up and walk with help. She felt shy and embarrassed. Daniel helped her. Later, when Lily got home from school, her father introduced her to Claire. Lily looked at her and said honestly, "You're pretty, but you look dirty. Do you want help taking a shower?" Claire laughed. "Yes, please." They became fast friends. Lily told her about her dream of becoming a makeup artist. Claire adored Lily immediately. They laughed together, played with makeup, and talked about everything. Daniel watched, seeing how much Lily had missed having a woman around. For the first time in years, the house was full of joy. That night, they ate dinner together. They laughed, smiled, and it felt like a family again. Daniel couldn't sleep, so he went outside. Claire followed him, and they looked up at the stars. They sat on the porch and shared their stories. Claire said her husband was younger than her and had only married her for money. "I didn't know it then," she said, "but I see it now." Daniel told his story too, how a drunk driver had hit his wife with a car and how the man's case had been closed because someone paid to bury it. They talked for a long time, and something inside both of them began to heal. A few days later, something unexpected happened. While Lily was at school, Claire and Daniel were cleaning the house together. One thing led to another, and they ended up in bed. After that, everything changed. Claire felt shy, but Daniel was certain. He didn't want to let her go. Claire didn't want to leave either. She was ready to leave her past behind and live there. Lily noticed the change and was overjoyed. One day, Daniel said, "Claire, we need to go into the city. You need to file for divorce. Then you'll marry me." Claire looked sad. Daniel, I'm sorry, I can't." He asked why. Claire took a deep breath. "Yesterday, I found a photo of your wife in your room. And Daniel, my husband is the one who hit your wife with his car. I'm the one who paid to bury the case. That was before I really knew you." Daniel went still, in shock. Then he walked out of the house in silence. He sat down, staring at the ground. Claire slipped out of the house quietly and left. She went to the bus stop, planning to leave forever. But when a car pulled up in front of her, her heart filled with fear. It was her husband, Marcus. He opened the door and said, "Get in, wife." Claire ran. Marcus chased her. Then gunshots rang out, one after another. Daniel had followed her and now stood between them with a rifle. Daniel shouted, "Say it on camera. Say how you ran down my wife and how you beat your own." Marcus screamed, "You're insane!" Another shot fired. This time, blood ran down Marcus's arm. "I'll say it," he shouted. 6 months later, after the trial ended, Claire and Daniel got married. Claire owned a chain of beauty salons. Lily was thrilled. Her room filled up with makeup and girly things. And one day, Claire smiled at Daniel and said softly, "We're going to have a baby."